Hi there, I'm Erin Holliday, City Director for the City of Hot Springs, and I want to talk a little bit about our city's paving program. So before I get started, I want to say that the information contained in this video are my own personal opinions, observations, and understandings. I am not speaking on behalf of the City of Hot Springs government or the City Board of Directors. The data that I'm sharing in this is provided by the city and can easily be fact-checked if you would like. So paving in Hot Springs, we have 299 miles of city streets. And in addition to that, we have several miles of state highway. And so I wanted to go ahead and start there and bring up this map. I'm starting here because a lot of the complaints that we receive are actually about state highways. You'll see on the map in red are all of our state highways that are within the city limits. So this includes Central Avenue, Park, Malvern, Grand, Albert Pike, Airport Road, the Bypass, Higdon Ferry, and Carpenter Dam. So these roads are actually the property of the state of Arkansas, and they must be maintained by the Arkansas Department of Transportation. The city actually cannot work on them at all. So while you're absolutely more than welcome to share your concerns with your city director or city staff, really all we can do is pass that on to the state. It would actually be in your best interest to go ahead and communicate with our state legislators when you have a concern about a state highway. They can get it to the highway department much more quickly and easily than we can. So a little bit about how our city's paving program works. So the process begins with city staff providing the board with a list of streets that are primary and alternative streets, and they're ranked based on condition and use. The board eventually approves this list or possibly makes some changes and then approves it. We then solicit and contract with a paving contractor. So occasionally a street will not get paved. It's that it just won't get paved right away. This could be due to a variety of reasons, including that maybe there's a cost we didn't anticipate. It makes sense to be on the next year's budget, or perhaps we have a utility project coming up and we don't want to damage the new pavement. And so any street that doesn't get paved on that year just gets rolled over to the following year's list, and it's put at the top of that list and maintains that rank of what's most critical to get work done. So between 2017 and 2020, the city spent between $425,000 and $906,000 a year on paving, and paved between 5.2 and 7.8 miles per year. And in 2021, we actually increased the budget and spent $1.56 million and paved 8.3 miles after citizens really voiced their concerns about the condition of our streets. And this year we've actually budgeted $4.1 million and expect to pave about 17 miles within the city. So when you add all that up, over the last 6 years, we've spent about $8.7 million, which is far less than the $14 million that I've been hearing kind of go around in the community lately. And I just wanted to make sure that you guys had the actual facts on that and weren't concerned about sort of where that money's going. Also, if you're ever curious, the paving program lists are super easy to follow. They just look like this. It's a little chart. There's one for every year. Those are actually part of our board packets. When we vote on that, they're easily available by the city. I have copies if you ever have a question about where the money has gone for paving. It's really easy to cross-reference those two things and see really what has been done. So if you're ever curious, feel free to ask for that. That's easy to receive. So while we're budgeting more and more money every year, the money really isn't going as far as it once did. So the average cost per mile for paving in 2018 was $82,000. And this year it's actually increased to just over $200,000 per mile, which is about 2.5 times as much in just over 5 years. So there's a lot of variables that can change the cost of paving, including, perhaps the roads that we've chosen are just more expensive to pave. But really the issue is that the cost of labor and material has just gone up significantly since the pandemic. I've also heard a lot of concerns about the city taking a low bid on paving as opposed to maybe what the best contractor would be. And the city is not being cheap when we do this. We're actually required by state law to take the lowest responsive bidder among all of the provided options when we are purchasing commodities or doing certain services. And paving falls under this requirement. So this actually protects your tax dollars and ensuring the best price for a project and that your money goes as far as it possibly can. This past spring, voters passed the Our Roads Now 5/8 cents sales tax. And so this was an extension of an existing sales tax, and it will only go for roads and bridges. It's expected to bring in about $24 million over the next 5 years. And based on our current average per mile, we expect to pave about 120 miles of our 299 miles of city streets, which is a significant portion of all of our city streets just over the next 5 years. Our first disbursement actually came in this month. And so we'll begin looking at that 2023 paving program really soon. The tax also supports the paving program in Garland County. So as you travel in the county, you'll see work being done out there as well. And thanks to a good partnership between the city and the county, our officials are actually working together to see if they can get a lower cost per mile for paving, since the annual paving programs are so much larger than they have been in previous years. So I hope that answers some of your questions about our paving program. If you'd like more information, feel free to visit the city's website at cityhs.net. You're welcome to email me directly at eholidayhs@gmail.com. It's holiday with 2 L's. And until next time, thanks for watching. Bye.